Hello, boys and girls. My name's Mrs. Twit, and I'm married to the horrid Mr. Twit, who loves to play nasty tricks on me. And I'm here to read you a little bit of our story called The Twits, by the very classic author Roald Dahl. I would like to read this story to you because it's Book Week this week, a special week to share some wonderful stories. And I'd like to dedicate this reading to some special people. I'd like to dedicate this reading to Isabel, Xavier, Bethany, Elena, Ali and Briella, who do a little bit of work with me, and we have been sharing this wonderful story about me, Mrs. Twit, and my nasty husband, Mr. Twit. So, let's read a little bit of my story. Here we go. Mrs. Twit. There I am, right there. Mrs. Twit was no better than her husband. She did not, of course, have a hairy face. It was a pity she didn't, because that at any rate would have hidden some of her fearful ugliness. Take a look at her! Have you ever seen an uglier woman than that? I doubt it. But the funny thing is that Mrs. Twit was not born ugly. She had quite a nice face when she was young. The ugliness had grown upon her year by year as she got older. Why would that happen? Well, I'll tell you why. If a person has ugly thoughts, it begins to show on their face. And when that person has ugly thoughts every day, every week, year after year, the face gets uglier and uglier until it gets so ugly you can hardly bear to look at it. A person who has good thoughts, like you boys and girls, cannot ever be ugly. You could have a wonky nose, or a crooked mouth, or a double chin, or stick-out teeth, but if you have good thoughts, they will shine out of your face like sunbeams, and you will always look lovely. Nothing shone out of Mrs. Twit's face. In her right hand she carried a walking stick. She used to tell people that this was because she had warts growing on the sole of her left foot and walking was painful. But the real reason she carried the stick was so she could hit things with it, like cats and dogs and annoying little people. And then there was the glass eye. Mrs. Twit had a glass eye that was always looking the other way. The glass eye. You can play a lot of tricks with a glass eye because you can take it out and pop it back in whenever you like. And you can bet your life Mrs. Twit knew all the tricks. One morning, she took out her glass eye. Just a minute, boys and girls. I'm going to take my eye out. Oh, there it is. There it is. You see it there, boys and girls? Swinging around in the jar? That's my eye, right there. Ha ha ha. Listen to what I did with it. One morning, she took out her glass eye and dropped it into Mr. Twit's mug of tea when he wasn't looking. Mr. Twit sat there sipping his tea slowly. The froth from the tea made a white ring on the hairs around his mouth. He wiped the white froth on his sleeve and wiped his sleeve on his trousers. "You're plotting something," Mrs. Twit said, keeping her back turned so he wouldn't see that she had taken out her glass eye. "Whenever you go all quiet like that, I know very well you're plotting something." Mrs. Twit was right. Mr. Twit was plotting away like mad. He was trying to think up a really nasty trick that he could play on his wife that day. "You'd better be careful," Mrs. Twit said, "because when I see you starting to plot, I watch you like a wombat." "Oh, do shut up, you old hag," Mr. Twit said. He went on sipping his tea, and his evil mind kept working away on the latest horrid trick he was about to play on the old woman. That's me. Suddenly, as Mr. Twit tipped the last drop of tea down his throat, he caught sight of Mrs. Twit's awful glass eye. There it is, right there. Staring up at him from the bottom of the mug. And it made him jump. "I told you I was watching you," cackled Mrs. Twit. "I've got eyes everywhere, so you better be careful." Well, how did you like that, boys and girls? Did you enjoy that from my book? Just one moment, I've got to put my eye back in. There we go. That's better. Now I can see. So, boys and girls, I've got a challenge for you. It's book week this week, and I know you've been doing a lot of your reading during remote learning online. So this week, I'm challenging you to pick up a real book with a real cover and pages and share it with someone in your home or have a read yourself and enjoy the book that you're reading this week. Have fun, boys and girls, during book week, and I'll see you later. You never know, I might pop up one time during book week in one of your Zooms. Bye for now.